Look how they massacred my boy, man. Look at him, my precious boy. Ciryl Gane brutally finishes Alex Pereira in the second round of their fight. And I don't know if I should say fortunately or unfortunately, but I saw it coming. A couple of days ago, I made a breakdown of the skills of Ciryl Gane and how they pose a problem to Alex Pereira. And almost every problem that I mentioned in the video became an actual problem in the fight. So in this video, I will be explaining what I mentioned in the video of my breakdown, or how it became a problem in this fight. There are three problems that we will focus on. The most important one being the second one. But we are going to be starting with the first one, which is Alex Pereira is often out of position because he commits to his strikes. Sometimes it's a leg kick, sometimes it's a head kick, sometimes it's his left hook, and not a lot of fighters really punish this behavior. So when opponents actually tried, they actually did find a lot of success, and one of them actually managed to win, which is Ankalaev in the first fight. Unfortunately for Alex Pereira, Ciryl Gane is one of them. And I made it very clear in the breakdown that Ciryl Gane will not let Alex Pereira have freebies. And I showed an example of the Tai Tuivasa fight. So Tai Tuivasa throws a leg kick completely out of position, misses it. Ciryl Gane immediately goes for a leg kick. So how did this become a problem in the fight? Alex Pereira was missing leg kicks and head kicks in the fight. So in this instance, Alex Pereira throws a head kick, misses Ciryl Gane as he's kind of leans back and it goes over his head. Alex Pereira is completely open here. He needs to reset, he needs to find his position back, but because of his power, not so many opponents really strike him or punish him here. But Ciryl Gane is not one of them, so he immediately throws a nasty body kick, lands it clean. And he did it multiple times. It's not to the body, he sometimes threw it to the leg, and he was finding some success. So this was the first problem. These problems didn't add up because it wasn't a 5-round fight, but rather a 2-round fight. So it was rather short examples of it. And now to the more important problem that Ciryl Gane posed was the jab of Ciryl Gane. He uses it in various ways, man. He sometimes keeps his hand up high and then hand fights and then throws a jab from the hand fighting. Sometimes he throws it just a normal jab. Sometimes he will keep his hand low and brings it from an angle, like an upward angle from here to there, which causes the opponents to not see it coming. And another one is that sometimes he will, because Ciryl Gane is is not a stationary fighter, he moves around a lot. So he acts like he's moving around or he's going back, which will make his opponents think, it's time to pressure him. And then he fires his jab like a spear. It's almost Genghis Khan type of strike, where he's just oh my god, I'm scared, I'm running away, and then he just turns back and then shoots an arrow at his opponents. He pulls his opponents to him by making them think that he's moving around and then fires in a jab. And the jab is going to be so much of a problem to Alex Pereira because he doesn't really defend it well. One of the way he basically does it two things to deal with the jab, which is to keep his hands in front and The second thing is what he did it in the end of round one, which is to like slip to his or lean back to his right and then come up with his right hand as a counter. Sometimes he will do this. I think he also did it against Erie in the first fight, but this is also one of the things. But in order to do this, you need to have a perfect grasp of the timing of your opponents, the distance of your opponents. If you don't have that, you're going to run into something, or you might mistime it, or you might get taken down, especially against an opponent like Ciryl Gane, which is the third problem that I mentioned in my breakdown, which is this: Ciryl Gane is not afraid to shoot. So in the second round, as Alex Pereira is like becoming over aggressive because he found success with the counter, he's looking for the jab, but Ciryl Gane changes the plane and shoots on him. Look at him. He thought something is coming on the middle to his head. Ciryl Gane shoots, but Alex Pereira defends this. But the point is not to take him down, but to make him confused. So Ciryl Gane shoots, Alex Pereira defends it. He gets out of it immediately, and then he becomes again over aggressive, and he thinks Ciryl Gane is gonna be like running away from him. Unfortunately for him, this time Ciryl Gane perfectly times a jab as Alex Pereira like coming over aggressively. Look at his feet; it's not even touching the ground. So he timed it as perfectly as you can. Drops him really bad, and in traditional Ciryl Gane fashion, lands like 10 elbows, and more than half of it is like straight to the back of the head. And this is the more annoying part of Ciryl Gane, which is that he will do this illegal shit, rather intentionally or unintentionally. We will never know. But it's just unfortunate, man. Herb Dean didn't. Was it Mark Goddard? I think it was Herb Dean. Herb Dean didn't really like see it. He didn't warn Ciryl Gane about it, and he landed like brutal elbows straight to the spinal cord and like the back of the head. Hurts him really bad and then finishes him against the cage brutally. Ciryl Gane, I really hope he gets KO'd by Aspinall, man. I really, really hope so. Ciryl Gane, I like. There are a few fighters who I hate as a fighter, and then a few I hate as a person. Ciryl Gane is someone who I hate as a fighter, even though he's really good. Because the other fighters that I hate as a fighter are like usually terrible at it. But because he's constantly in some form of cheating mode, it's really hard to like him. And I really hope Tom Aspinall KOs him, man. This was brutal for me as a massive Alex Pereira fan. But fortunately for me, Justin Gagey beat Ilya Topuria. That was also another like weird coincidence. Like the last time I was like completely depressed because Justin Gagey got KO'd. 5 minutes later, Alex Pereira comes into the octagon and KOs Jamal Hill and brutally, like in the most stylistic way you can do it, and took away a lot of the impact of me being like sad about Justin Gagey getting KO'd by Max Holloway. And now Pereira gets KO'd by Ciryl Gane, which was softened by Justin Gagey winning the lightweight championship belt. So it was a really bittersweet moment. I really enjoyed the card. There was like so much to appreciate about the card. The view was great. The production was really great. Unfortunately, it would have been so much better if Alex Pereira had won it. Even though I don't really like his chance against Aspinall, I feel like all the weight that he was trying to put on just straight went to his bunda, man. He was caked up in the octagon, and it's just unfortunate that that's where all the weight and power went. And yeah, I think I saw Tom Aspinall agreed to fight Ciryl Gane in Paris for the unification bout, and I hope he KOs Ciryl Gane just for being someone who cheats, whether it's intentional or not. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video.